Don't settle for fakes. My duel-taining is the real deal.
Hello everyone and welcome to another fantastic mekklord video. Today is May 1st, my birthday is in a couple of days actually. And my gift to you, even though it's going to be my birthday, is this ORCUST list that basically requires very little ORCUST at all. So you're looking at this pile of cards and you're like, what the heck, how are you even playing ORCUST? You have like 4 ORCUST cards total and then 16 staples in the main deck. 16 back row staples. But, how do I explain it? I think the easiest way to explain it is to show you the scale that I'm using for this deck, which is Elements Unite. And if you've never read Elements Unite before, well, I'm just gonna show you. So Elements Unite says a lot of things, but the most important thing that it says is you start the duel with 3 level 7 monsters on the board and 1 card in hand and 500 life points, but these don't matter. We only need those 3 monsters on the board. And you're probably wondering, well, that's cool, you're making a rank 7 then, or maybe a link 3 play or something. But there is actually a very cool way to break this scale, not just for ORCUST potentially, but for a lot of decks out there. You can just start their plays very easily, very consistently, because you're just allowed free material on your board. It's insane. If I had a nickel for every time a Paradox Brother scale would deserve enough for not accounting how broken things are in the linker, I'd have 2 nickels, which isn't allowed, but that's my birthday, so I'm gonna buy something with these 2 nickels. The truly flabbergasting thing is this scale has been around for a while. It's been used as a rank 7 turbo engine for a while and hasn't really seen like competitive play or any good results whatsoever, but the lack of insight on Konami Esports, and this is like the same game that, you know, Limited One Performer Pal call when ArcV released because they were concerned about Performer Pals somehow overperforming anything. It's insane, it's ridiculous. But yeah, this is the scale that we're running with today. The rest of the deck is pretty standard. Like I said, 1 Harp Horror, 1 ORCUST Nightmare, 1 Simple Skeleton, 1 Orchestrated Return are the only ORCUST cards you're ever gonna need. And then 16 Staple, I'm just playing these because probably the best and I don't have IDP. 2 Dingirsu in the extra deck, we're only going to use 1 throughout our combo, 1 Galatea, 1 Longirsu, which we're not gonna summon yet with our combo. Phoenix and Mermaid probably gives you a little bit of insight into what this combo is all about, and Decode Talker, because it is a dark and we are going to make it as well. So without further ado, I'm just gonna showcase how exactly this combo works, and then you let me know what you think about it in the comments of this video. By the way, like and comment and subscribe and say something nice. It's not my birthday yet, but say something nice anyway. So there we go. Yugioh here is once again going to be my guinea pig for this little combo shit. So the first thing you want to do is special summon Get Guardian. Just kidding. The first thing you want to do is Xe summon Mekklord Dracosac. So we're gonna use Kazajin, I don't know how you pronounce it, and any other level 7. The most important part of this is that you free up the middle turn, for reasons that will become obvious later. So, we make our Dracosac, which is probably the, like, best Maker Phantom Beast card in the game at the moment. No, I guess Lion exists. We're gonna use the Dracosac effect to detach anything in order to make 2 tokens on our side of the field. Then with one of these tokens and the Dracosac, actually not any one of these tokens. We want to keep the middle token. We want to keep this one so we don't use it as material. Very important. Almost forgot. So we're going to use this one instead. We are going to make Nightmare Phoenix. And if you have Nightmare Cerberus, this works as well. Don't worry. The important part is then we're going to use the Nightmare Phoenix in order to make Nightmare Mermaid. Nightmare Mermaid is going to pitch our Gate Guardian in order to special summon ORCUST Nightmare directly from deck. From this point we can make Galatea with the Mermaid and the ORCUST Nightmare. Then we can use the graveyard effect of ORCUST Nightmare to banish it. Doesn't matter who you give attack to, I guess the Galatea, it's very fun. In order to send Harp Aura from our deck to the graveyard, Harp Aura effect, in order to special summon the symbol skeleton. Then we're going to use the Galatea effect. Sometimes I say Galatea, sometimes I say Galatea. There's really no consistency to what I do. To shuffle back the harp aura or the Orcust Nightmare, I don't think it really matters at this point, in order to set directly from your deck your one copy of Orchestrated Return. We are going to activate that one copy of Orchestrated Return in order to send Symbol Skeleton and draw two. I drew two composers. That's pretty decent. Then we're going to use the Galatea and the Suijin to make Decode Talker. We can't use the token because Decode Talker requires effect monsters and tokens, not effects, basically. But now you can see why it is very important that we kept the middle token, because now our Decode Talker will have a monster to tribute in order to negate and destroy a card, which is pretty cool. Then we're going to use the Symbol Skeleton in our graveyard to bring back our Galatea. And then we are going to Xyz summon Dengesu, the Orcust of the Evening Star, simply with Galatea as material, which is pretty cool. On summon, we can use the effect of Dengesu in order to attach a banished monster's material. I like to attach Symbol Skeleton so that if this board gets outed, somehow, it's not impossible to out actually, we can use Symbol Skeleton in the graveyard to bring back Dengesu and get rid of a card, which is pretty cool. Then we're going to set 2, and that's our turn 1 end board. We have a Decode Talker pointing to a monster which represents one targeted negation. We have Dengesu, which outside of this very good effect that we are not going to be able to use as disruption, has an insane protection effect allowing you to play around Dark Hole, play around Needle Stealing. The reason we're playing Needle Stealing in this deck is because Dengesu can protect your board, and we already have 3 monsters on the deck, so your opponent's normal monster is basically like perfect Needle Stealing bait. And the 2 back row that we drew off of Orchestrated Return. Yes, sometimes you will draw 1 Orcus, but it's completely fine. And on the follow-up, like, pretty much you're going to keep the same board. If this gets outed, you can do the Symbol Skeleton that's going to be engraved in order to revive the Dengesu. There's definitely a lot that you can do on the follow-up, especially considering that Symbol Skeleton into Dengesu is basically a loop that you can reuse every turn. That's really insane the more I think about it, especially for Duel Links purposes. We have 2 cards left in our extra, one of which is the second Dengesu. I don't think it's all that relevant. Maybe this could be a second Galatea, so that you could easily use the Symbol Skeleton engrave. And Longesu, I guess it could be a third Galatea, but I only have 1 Galatea, so this will have to do. I guess Longesu is also pretty good on his own, but kind of difficult to make. It also requires effect monsters, though this doesn't work. So yeah, really good turn 1 end board, eh? What do you think, Infernity players? So yeah, that was the deck. As you can see, it's pretty good going first. But it also showcases a vital weakness of this deck, which is that it's very susceptible to disruption. There are a lot of very easily identifiable choke points, like Dracosac. You make that, it gets compulsed or warning pointed, you lose the game. Orcust Nightmare, if it gets compulsed or Book of Moon, you lose the game. Going second, I don't think this deck like is really good. This is why I talked about Infernity jokingly earlier, is because it really reminds me of like Infernity decks that can just combo up to infinity if they encounter no disruption, and pretty much fold immediately if they encounter one. Wow, my voice really went there for a second. I'm sorry, I'm still a bit sick. It's my birthday week, by the way. Hope I'm not sick for my birthday, but nobody cares about that. So, I hope you enjoyed this very quick deck analysis and combo guide. Let me know what you thought of it. I don't think this version of Orcust is like the most competitive, but it's certainly one that you are going to see a lot on ladder because of how easy and accessible it is and how powerful it ends if it can go first. And what else is there to say? Rip Elements Unite. I don't think this scale is going to survive another quarter without getting that you can't special summon except the Guardian restriction, which speaking of, like, the Labyrinth build-up should probably have a should probably get a little buff. Just say, instead of like you can special summon, it should say you can special summon from the extra deck the turn you activate this skill. This way, you can still make Wall Shadow, which is very important to my good friend Dumbledore, which told me on Reddit that the whole point of this skill originally was to make like Wall Shadow, right? But now you can't make Wall Shadow anymore, so what the heck? And Elements Unite, if you remove, if you slap a big, you can special summon this turn. You can't make Gate Guardian turn 1 anymore. So anyway, this will probably still have this skill, just in case they ever release the Gate Guardian support into Duel Links, which I know they'll do eventually. It's going to be in a structured deck, mark my words. Anyway, hope you enjoyed this video, and I will see you guys and gals and non-binary pals next time.